Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to Minecraft Agoraphobia. And I have some bad news. Foo, Bar, and Baz are dead. So, but it's not my fault. Okay. Also, there are a lot of zombies, and it is noisy around here. Okay, so let me let me turn the game sounds down so that I can have some semblance of understanding of what I'm doing. Doing game sounds and friendly creatures. Yeah, a little bit less, thanks. We'll do a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, is that... Okay, that's a little more comprehensible. Yeah, so I discovered that some of my sheep had disappeared. Thankfully, I discovered it before all of them had disappeared. There is a fact about these carpeted capacitors that I did not realize, and that is there is a 0.1% chance that the sheep can get shocked and get zapped from these capacitors, which eventually, if you know anything about statistics, you take a very small probability and add a long amount of time, well, eventually that becomes a very high probability. So, basically, we managed to electroshock our sheeps to death. But we've been breeding up more sheep, so that's good. Okay, these ones are still... I think everybody's still saturated. Okay, fair enough then. I have also managed to gain some slime. Not done too much, but let me take you down here, because I went on to Chunk Base and found the slime chunks. And if we come down here... So there are 3 slime chunks that are right next to each other. I also found one that was closer, but it was a single chunk, and I still have not seen anything spawn in there. If we come in here, we may see... Yeah, we see nothing. So we haven't created any sort of slime farm. The reason for that is most of the slime farm designs that I've seen rely on iron golems. There are other versions that deal with water suffocation and blah, 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 but I don't want to do anything too complex because... Well, I mean, we can eventually do it, but I don't want... It took a long time just to dig out these 3 chunks. Or, sorry, these 4 chunks. Yes, because all 4 of these are slime chunk. Slime chunks. So, we have managed to gain ourselves some slime, which should mean that we're able to build the rest of our computer parts. So let's see if we can do that real quick. I have also... I've built up a lot more carpeted capacitors because I was thinking, hey, well, we'll just sort of lay them down for a while. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out what exactly we're going to do here. But we first need some more microchips, which requires transistors. So let's get transistors. Oh no, we have plenty of transistors. I've made a bunch of them apparently. What are we missing for my... Oh, we need a little bit more iron. Okay, got... Again, really need to sort out my sorting system. Okay, we've got printed circuit boards. That's great. Here we go. All right, more nuggets. Chicken nuggets. All right. Okay, so microchip. There we go. And I just need 1, but you get them in sets of 8. Whatever. Slime. Yeah, there you go. Stack. And now I think we are ready to make our proper recipe. So another thing, unfortunately, is that it's possible that I was wrong about the recipe and therefore didn't need to cancel things as rapidly as I did at the end of the last episode. It's so the image on the recipe shows a sticky piston, but the text does say piston. So it could be that we didn't need a sticky piston after all. And I need more iron. Give me the iron. I put it away presumptuously. Okay, so we got these here. We've got these disc platters here. We've got... Why did I even think I needed iron nugget? Oh, for the other... Yeah, that was for something else. Okay, this, and a circuit board. And now let's find out. Okay, we didn't need a sticky piston anyway. So, so much for worrying about the slime balls. Wonderful. Okay, well, I mean, so we haven't been... Let's right-click here. Yeah, we haven't been using any of the energy. So there's still plenty of stored energy in the system. Let's go ahead and toss that in and then see if we can boot this up. I know, I'm pretty sure it shouldn't. Nope, nothing. What do we got? No bootable medium found in it, Lua. Okay, so it turns out what's wrong here is not that the BIOS is broken, but we actually need some sort of thing to be booting off of. There's not an OS or anything on this hard drive. We need to use a floppy disk. Which means we also need a floppy disk drive. So I'm going to go ahead and build that now. What we are going to need is, let's see, where is the wood? Do we have some wood? Yes. Okay, so I need I need one stick. Let's go ahead and do that. And okay, so the recipe for this, I'm really hoping that yeah, I mean we are slowly gathering our recipe book of stuff. We need that. We need a microchip up here. We need a circuit board down here, and then we need a piston here. And there you go. Now we have a disk drive. Allows reading and writing floppies, can be installed in robots to allow inserting floppies later on. Okay, so we can plop that down right next to the machine, and we should be able to put, yeah, we can put floppies in there. Now to create the kind of default open computer floppy, we need a raw floppy disk, and then we can combine it with the, with OpenOS, with the manual. Now, we used the manual to create our BIOS, but you can actually create more manuals by combining them with a microchip. So we get this back, and then we can combine that with a floppy. So let's make a floppy. We need a disk. There we go. And we need, ooh, do I have smooth stone? I know I've got smooth stone somewhere. Because we need a lever. Oh wait, I forget, maybe they changed, I think a lever may be regular cobble now, isn't it? Yep. Used to be smooth stone, if I remember correctly. Or I'm getting old and senile. That's also equally possible. There we go. Okay, lever. Good. So, floppy is that. And then some nuggets in the corners. And then, yeah, this disc in the middle. And then paper, which actually kind of models vaguely what a floppy should be. Now we can combine, so this is an empty floppy disk. We can, I don't know what this mode managed thing means. We'll have to figure that out at some point. Combine that with the manual and we get the operating system. So hooray for that. And if we plug this in, boom, you can see it even shows up in the model there, and that's lovely. We can turn this on. And it makes lovely computer sounds. Oh my gosh, I haven't heard stuff like that in forever. All right. We are draining power pretty darn quickly, so let's go ahead and shut this off. Now, we can't actually do anything with this just yet, which is a bummer. So what we want to do next is manufacture a monitor and a keyboard. Screen should actually be pretty easy. We just need to get some glass, which I think, yes, okay, we have glass here. Let's toss away some other stuff while we're at it. All right, oops, yeah, fine, whatever. Okay, so we need redstone. We need iron in the corners. We need a microchip, and then we need a pane of glass. And there we go. We have a tier 1 screen. Display text controlled by graphics card in a case. Maximum resolution 50 by 16. Maximum color depth 1. So no, we don't get color. This is a black and white screen. We can plop that on there, I guess, whatever. We also need to throw a keyboard on this thing so that we can actually control it once we boot it up. So we'll put the keyboard right there on the side of the monitor. Now, the keyboard, if I remember right, is a bit of a pain in the butt. Yeah, okay, so we need to create a whole bunch of sets of buttons. So I'm just going to create 26 buttons and hope that that's going to be enough. We need 4 button groups. Oh, this is not going to be enough, not by any stretch of the imagination. And then we need an arrow pad, which takes 4 of these, and then we need a numpad, which is 9 of these. So let me smelt up some more smooth stone, unless we've got it here. Do we have any more smooth stone? No, we do not. Okay, let me smelt up some cobble. Finally have some more buttons. Let's go there, get ourselves arrow keys, and let's go there, get ourselves a numeric keypad. And I think, let me try and figure out exactly how we have to order these. Let's see, it'd be like this, right? That, there we go. A keyboard can be attached to screens to allow typing on them. All right. So let's toss this on here like so. And now, if we boot this up, it's not going to be able to use the monitor because we need a display card. This is a very thorough system. So we need to get a display card going. Let's go ahead and craft that up too. We need a card base, which is true of any card that we're going to create, and then we'll kind of expand on that to create, the assorted redstone cards. So card base, there we go. As the name indicates, is the base building blocks for all expansion cards. Then, once we've got that, we need to combine it with an arithmetic logic unit, which we've already made one of, so we have the recipe. Hurrah! And then we do need memory. I've got caps on apparently. Okay, so we need memory. So that's got to have its own memory. And then we need 1 microchip, which we do have. So we've actually got all the parts for this. And there. And where's the card base? Just made it. Where's our card base? Oh, there it is. All right, and now we have the Tier 1 graphics card. Maximum resolution 5016, operations per tick, blah, 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 blah. Don't really know yet because we haven't really messed around with this too much yet. Plop this in, and let's go ahead and boot this up. And look at that, booting, OS 1.72, adding all of these things, and I bet we're gonna run out of power very quickly. Oh, it's not too bad. All right, do we drain power just by being on? Yes, okay, so we're draining power slowly, not too crazy slowly, but we have this thing, firing arrows on touch-capable strings can do stuff. So let's list. Got nothing. Okay, it's using the floppy disk to do that. Let's list home. Let's list slash. Aha, so there are all of these things. Let's see, can we... There's got to be some interesting. Help. All right. Well, yeah, help will usually be the topic. All right. What can we do? I can tab complete. Cool. Not enough memory. Ooh, we don't have enough memory for tab complete. Interesting. Okay, so we're actually not going to spend too much time messing around with this yet because yeah, we're going to run out of power until we solve this whole provide power problem. Now to do that, I think we're actually going to jump into a creative testing world so we can figure out a strategy for kind of continuously replenishing the necessary sheep. So let's hop over and do that. So what I want to test is how can we replenish this in a sustainable way? And I want to say that, so let's keep 2 sheep up here. Okay, I guess the black sheep, whatever, as sort of the initial breeding stock. And then the question is, if I punch out one of these, they're not going to fall through. So if I punch out one, oh no, they are. How did they fall? Okay, so they do fit inside one block. We had an issue when we were trying to get them initially, so they can fall outside of they can fall through a 1x1 hole. Huh. Okay. Need a different strategy then, because what I want to be able to do is basically let the 2 stay in there, but then if they breed, have their child fall out, and then we can kind of send that one, perhaps wait until it grows, but then send it into the fray. But that means that our initial breeding stock will never get depleted. What about something like this? If I toss 2 sheep in there, they can't get through here, but if I breed them, let's get some wheat. That should mean they make a little baby, and the baby does come out through here. Okay, does take a little bit of damage in the process, but I wonder if that's just a function of how tall the water is in there. I'm not sure. Okay, so here's a question. Can we do this? Can we put a sign here? The animal should be able to walk through the sign, but is the water going to push them out? Let's find out. Another, I guess, a sub question. Let's use the analyzer on this. 216 is what we have so far. A sub question. This just gets more and more ethically questionable. Is do baby sheep charge anything? That's a terrible question to have to ask. All right, let's get some wheat. And we'll toss that in here. Because if not, then we do have to kind of hold the baby sheep to a certain point. Okay, so baby sheep, baby sheep, baby sheep. Baby sheep is not getting pushed out. Okay. So I think that means we want to raise this a little bit higher. Or I suppose we can do something like this, right? And then just remove that. There we go. That should push the baby sheep out. Although, for whatever reason, it does not seem to. Could be, it's probably because the baby sheep is now jumping. If we started from scratch, that probably would work. So let's try that now. Sheep, and go to town, you 2. We'll see what happens. Baby sheep jumps too fast. Okay, another question. Let's get an empty bucket. What if we suck this up and then put it back down? So they stop jumping. The sheep could just walk out. Do that. No, sheep starts jumping too quickly for anything to... Oh, oh, that's why. That's the issue. Okay. This baby sheep can't get through because this is a fence gate. That's going to prevent... Yeah, that's too tall. That means that this is less than a block of height, and the baby sheep can't fit in there. Fair enough. Quartz. Let's get that and replace that. And now the baby sheep should fly out. If not, walk out. Oops. No. No. Come on. All right. Yeah, baby sheep's already walked out. Good. All right. Plop this down. And 2 sheep. Well, like, we can put the sign in. We can try the signs again. Okay. Okay, so let's hop down. Let's make ourselves a little pillar here. Our little area to get up here. Okay. So, no. Okay, so let's breed ourselves 2 sheep and see what happens. And make a baby sheep. Well, okay, the baby sheep was chasing after the wheat, so we got to make sure we remove the wheat kind of as quickly as we can. Let's create 2 sheep. No, not there. No. Okay, that was mistakes were made. And there, and there, and 1 sheep, 2 sheep, go away. What happens to the baby sheep? Baby sheep is jumping. Is the baby sheep gonna actually go through? Not necessarily. Okay. The baby sheep could eventually decide to walk this way, but won't necessarily on their own. Okay, I think I finally have have our potential setup ready. Let's drop a water bucket down here. And yeah, so that flows all the way out here, filters out our little baby, and then the baby's gonna be here, and it's gonna fall straight down onto here. So that's what we want. Let's toss some of these sheep in. Now these sheep cannot get through. They are jumping, they can't. That's why we have this 2 high fence here. We have to have a block under here so that we're not dealing with a fence gate, because the fence gate is slightly higher than a block. All right, so breed you 2. And you guys are gonna pop out a little baby. Baby gets pushed this way and falls down. Great. Now, open question as to whether or not the babies are going to have issues. I need these to be willing to breed again, so I'm just gonna destroy these 2 and create new ones. I really should get a sword. But okay, let's do this and breed you 2. Because the question is, do we need to hang on to you until you are charged, until you're ready to actually charge stuff, or do we get? Oops. That's what I would like to do. I would like to test 230. Okay, no, so they are still charging the system despite being itty bitty babies. But I think if I have less health, so maybe we do want to hold. I mean, it doesn't particularly matter. We just gotta continue to breed up here, kind of as to whatever extent we can. I suppose we can just chuck a whole bunch of these in here, right? No. Continue to chuck lots and lots of sheeps. So then eventually a whole bunch of babies. Yeah, the babies will all fall out here. Okay, so child labor laws and animal cruelty aside, how did that one get up there? I suppose that must have been. Let me just make sure. I want to make sure there's not some way via which these things can escape. There we go. 2, 3. No, not you. Whatever. Ah, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is going to work. But this should mean that we're able to replenish our power supply. Of course, it does mean we're going to need to dig out some more vertical space. So we're going to have to dig up into the mob spawner level and kind of make our underground base a bit taller than it currently is. Let's pop back in and start building this thing. Okay, I am back and I have cleared this out as kind of as best as I can. We have our mob spawner up here, which I can still access that. This is our mob spawner actually is full, which is great news, I suppose. I have run, so I ended up moving this to the full corner. I had to dig around this to make sure we had space, but have some cabling running underneath the corner going around to here. And yeah, this is our this is our replenishing store. So I have to hop up here to breed them. And right now, so I've left two of these here just in case, kind of as a safety, because who knows. Right now, this is in the off position. There's a piece of gravel on top of a piston, and that's going to make sure that if we breed any babies, they will stay in there and grow up in there. If we come up here and flick the switch, gravel falls down and the water is able to reach over there. We've got a sign that prevents them from dropping down. I don't know, that shouldn't be there. Although I suppose we can have, let's have one here and one, I don't know, here. Sure. Let me go grab that. All right, hello, spider. Yeah, no wonder this mob farm was so loud. It is right there. But okay, so this is on. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. We'll go boom and boom. They're gonna go ahead and make a baby. And little baby is getting pushed out. And okay, took a little bit of damage in the water there. Only so much we can do to prevent that. I wonder, do we need to be? No, I think they're not clipped through a block in this case. Well, they should be okay at least. Come on, get out of my way. Get out of here. All right, let's just double check. Yeah. So they're fine. So we're able to shut this down, and that means that basically we can have more than two of them up in here, so that we can go ahead and breed up a whole bunch of these at once, rather than have to wait for everything to recycle. But with that, I think that's actually going to do it for this episode. We finally seem to have a reasonable mechanism for sheep power. I mean, for some definition of reasonable, I think I'll probably kind of move this. I want to make sure we can replenish the grass because it seems somewhat humanitarian to me. I think we'll probably move this over there. I'll get rid of this chest, and then I'll also put up a little ladder there just to make it easier for me to hop up and down. I think eventually we can look at actually getting a robot to stand here and just dispense stuff. Of course, that does mean we'd need to figure out a wheat farm solution. So that's something that we can plan on in a future episode. But in the meantime, thank you all. Okay, there we go. Thank you all for joining me today for this so I've been listening to Upton Sinclair's The Jungle while creating my own slaughter farm. And yeah, not feeling too great about myself, but let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you next time. Cheers.